had a few good stretches. Out of the second quarter was pretty good. We had it to 2, and then there was a big run at the end of the second, which got it to 12 again, which made it a lot tougher. But that's a team that's got a real chance. Not only to come out of the West, but they're a real contender. So they're very, very good, and we obviously didn't have our best game.
What were the emotions of just seeing the game? You said you couldn't really expect what it would be like, and not see.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. It's the only other time I've felt that kind of emotional moment was when we raised the banner, the first game of the lockout shortened season of 11-12. It was just the same kind of feeling. But I was not expecting anything like that. It was a wonderful gesture, very much appreciated.
What was it that really got you? What really hit you?
Yeah, that's a tough question. A lot of things, but it's really the culmination of, over a decade of just amazing experiences. Some of them very, very tough, very challenging. Other ones very exuberant, periods where it was very difficult for extended periods of time during the rebuild, and so on. It's hard to reconcile the whole thing, in one moment like that. But it's very nice, and I did not anticipate anything quite like that.
And then obviously a long line of post-game hugs. What was that like? Those conversations, those moments?
Yeah, no, it's a lot of special people, and I have great respect for all of them, and have gotten to know all of them very well, over whatever the periods of times are. In the case of Josh Green, it was 1 year. In the case of Dwight, he's probably the senior member of that team now. And he came in as a 4-man, and now he's a very well-established 5-man, and he's really adjusted his game, perfectly to today's game, and is a perfect piece for what they're doing. Just the experience of working with a lot of those guys through, the beginning parts. We talked before the game, about Dorian and Kleber even, when he got over here, he was not shooting the NBA 3. He was a sometimes Euro 3-point shooter. The line was significantly shorter back in those days. And he's worked extremely hard, and he's another guy that I've gotten to know real well, along with all those, Brunson, and right on down the line, Hardaway and you name it. It's just, it's a special group. This is a special place, and it's a challenging thing, coming back like this and going through all that. But that's it, and everybody's moving on. Yeah, he's if he's not the best player in the world, he's right on the cusp. He's just so good, and I've always had such great respect for his talent, and everything about his game, and him as a person too. I know what a good guy he is. I've seen a lot of that, and he's just gotten better in every way. Every year he's just gotten better and better and better. And he's one guy in today's game, and there's a few. So you got LeBron James, you've got James Harden, you've got Durant. I'll get myself in trouble by missing some names here. Luka, guys that measure every single millimeter of the court, and they always have an answer. They always have an answer, and if they don't have an answer, it's just because they happen to miss once in a while. It's they're that good. But the first time we played them, I watched it on TV, and he was not himself. He was yo-yoing back and forth from an ankle issue, and he wasn't where he wanted to be, from in terms of his, how he felt on the court, conditioning, all that kind of stuff. That was obvious. And then they did a very smart thing. They did with him what we're doing with Brogdon. And they took a period of time and said, no more. We're going to make sure that this is all taken care of. And he got COVID too, I guess, along with the rest of us. But now they're in a big time groove, and again, they're a real threat in the West and in the big picture.